Hi guys, this is Klazart, and this is Game 4 in the Best of 5 series between Flash and Movie in the ever 2009-2010 season finals, and this is going to be played on Fighting Spirit, which is exactly what Movie needs to show if he's going to actually be able to stay in this contest and make his dreams come true. He's fought back well in the previous game, although that was a map that heavily favored Protoss players. His statistics quite tilted in their favor, and Movie managed to take that matchup against Flash. And even despite the fact that it is a map that does statistically favor Protoss, a win is a win, and that has to be a confidence booster for him. And he has to know that he should just play this game as if it was the last game of his life. He just play this game without any fear. He's got nothing to lose right now. If he wins, he will send it into a tiebreaker and put a lot of pressure on Flash. And Flash, before he had the cushion of thinking, okay, I just need to win one of the next 3 sets and I am the champion of the OSL. Now he's got to think to himself, if I don't win this, it'll go to a tiebreaker and anything can happen. So there is going to be a little bit of pressure on Flash, but we know how cool Flash is under pressure. We've got Flash at the top right-hand corner of the map and Brown here at the 1 o'clock position. We've got at the top left-hand corner of the map Movie in blue at the 11 o'clock position. One thing that I feel I've noticed about Flash is that he does have a very expansionist style of play. He does rely very much on having a strong economy, and I feel that that's a style he's developed over the last couple of seasons. I mean, how many times have we seen Flash play where he's overextended himself, overexpanded, and found his defense unable to hold against skilled opponents? But over time, he's refined that, honed that to where he can actually give himself a decisive, and it looks like we might be seeing, oh my god, we're seeing a straight nexus here from Movie going for the expansion this time around. I guess he anticipates that Flash has won, the 2 games Flash has won so far have been by expanding, and he expects Flash to fast expand again. And not only that, not only has Flash actually got his refiner going, put his barracks down, it looked like for a second like Flash was going to scout in the right direction, but he's actually scouting southwards, which is going to be exactly what Movie needs on a 4-player map. That is what he was hoping for, because that gives him the time he needs to get some defenses in place. And it's just a question of if Flash does go 1 racks into CC here, as I think Movie might expect him to, then Movie's going to find himself in a strong position in terms of his economy. Movie now sending his probe out to scout towards Flash. Play like the Movie. Nice slogan there. Nice banner, has to be said. But Flash getting that factory up straight away. He's only getting gas with the 1 SCV though, so it looks like he was planning to put probably a CC down after that factory. But 1 fact into CC will allow him to put a considerable amount of pressure on his opponent, who's fast expanded. This is a very interesting scouting pattern that I've only seen from Flash and not from other players, where he scouts south and then he scouts cross map to scout. And I guess what Flash wants to do is he wants to make sure that his opponent, if he's going to do something risky, he wants to make sure that his opponent isn't either side of him. And if his opponent is either side of him, then he wants to see what they're doing, because obviously if they're cross map, that gives him a little bit more time to react to what his opponent's doing, and he doesn't need to know as early. Now he knows quite early what his opponent's up to, and it'll be interesting to see Flash's reaction when he decides to put that other command center down, when he decides to put a couple more SCVs onto his gas. He's pulled 4 SCVs away, and I wonder if Flash is going to try and do something. He's pulled 4 SCVs away. Movie's already pulled his second gateway down, and Flash, yeah, he is going to attack. He's sending a couple of Marines. Looks like he's going to try and put a bunker or something down outside that nexus. Flash realizes that he cannot allow Movie, and Movie's seen this coming, and Flash is starting that bunker up outside Movie's nexus at his natural expo, and Flash realizes that he cannot allow Movie to do this. And remember, Flash has got that factory coming up as well. So if he can keep the pressure up on Movie long enough, he's going to have the Vultures in play, and we all know how lethal Vultures are, even against Zealots. They can completely take Zealots down. So far, Movie's managed to take that bunker down. He's got a Zealot there, he's got probes there as well, but remember, he's not going to have Dragoons, and with Flash putting pressure on him, it's going to be difficult for him to get it. And now that Vulture in play, Flash using the Marines and the Vulture and using the range of the turn, early game turn, to his maximum advantage, killing a lot of probes, and this is really hurting Movie big time, and Movie is not able to do anything, and Flash turning on the pressure with those support of those SCVs. Movie now has finally got that Dragoon out. He's pulling his probes back, but that 1 Dragoon isn't going to be enough against all of these units, and I think he managed to lose a Zealot in there as well. I think Flash managed to take that Zealot down. Movie desperately trying to use his Dragoon, using the probes to fight, but probes and 1 Dragoon against Marines, SCVs, and Vultures, he doesn't stand a chance. And that choice of strategy by Movie, though bold, though taking a huge risk, is not going to pay off for him. It looks like Flash is going to be the OSL champion here. The Marines pile into the completed bunker, and Movie doesn't look like he has the resources to upgrade range, and once that Nexus goes down, that's going to be horrible for him. Siege tank out now as well, and I'm sure that machine shop is spinning siege mode just to put further pressure on Movie and seal the deal for Flash, and Flash can see victory in his sights. The fans can see it too. Flash is going to be the OSL champion here. Tremendous play by him throughout this matchup and throughout this tournament and throughout the season, and I don't think you could say that there's any player who probably deserved it more than he did, and the dream lives on for Flash to try and win both championships in a season. He's managed to take that Nexus down. That will be GG. That is the closer there. Movie with 3 Dragoons, but Flash now with Marines, a bunker at Movie's Natural Expo, and a siege tank in play as well, which I'm sure he's going to have siege mode soon to set up, unless he's actually gone for Spider Mines. Usually you would go for Spider Mines. He has gone for Spider Mines, but I would have thought that that siege mode would have been ultimately useful, and he's trying to get that Spider Mine down on that ramp, unable to do so, but he is done so much economic damage to Movie, taking out the Nexus and taking out the probes, that this is pretty much an unrecoverable situation for Movie now. More vultures arriving to put Spider Mines down, and Flash is just in a dominant position now, ready to take his natural expansion. And I think he's building an engineering bay as well. I don't see why he needs an engineering bay. It's not like Movie has time to get any sort of tech going anytime soon, I guess, except for the upgrades. Now Movie putting down the robotics facility, but Movie is miles away from doing any damage to Flash aerially. But I guess Flash feels he's done so much damage to Movie in terms of his economy that he can now just sit back and relax and grow, and that there's nothing much Movie can do about it. But wow, Flash delivering a hammer blow to Movie there, and Movie left himself wide open going for that crazy fast expansion. Flash was looking to go 1 fac into CC, go for a normal build, but when he scouted what Movie did, and this was all down to Flash using that cross-map scouting position, and if Movie really, he was relying too much on luck. He was relying on not being scouted. Flash would easily have scouted him first. He was also relying, I guess, on being cross-map. Of course, he was counting on the fact that Flash is so predictable in terms of going for those expansions, and I guess Flash saw Movie last time expanding and not going for an aggressive build, and Flash has kind of anticipated that Movie might try and do something like this time around, and he's played a little bit more conservatively again, as he did the last game, and this time it's paid off for him. I was going to say that Flash is at his strongest when he expands, and this time he chose not to, and he's actually caught Movie off guard, and I guess Movie felt the same way I did, which is why Movie was kind of counting on that, and unfortunately for him, it's been his undoing, and that's the problem when you need to win every single game. You have no margin for error, you have no room for luck, and sometimes the run of the StarCraft blood will go against you, and unfortunately it has gone against Movie in this game, but you know, he only has himself to blame. He took a very risky strategy, it did not pay off, economic cheese as I like to call it, and Flash is now in a dominant position and ready to seal the championship, and it's just, at this point, it's just a case of completing the formalities. All that remains is for the Protoss units that are remaining alive to be lined up against the wall and summarily executed, and for the Terran to waltz through and plant their flag and hoist it up the mast. And there's nothing that Movie can do except surrender now. Movie making a little bit of a push. He's got a few goons out there, but Flash has got siege mode up and running now. He's putting down his 2nd and 3rd factory. His economy is booming. He's got defenses up in place, and Movie is not in a position to win. He's got his observatory down, still not even close to getting a robotic support, but he's just so far behind, it's not even funny. Pushing out with his measly 5 Dragoons, with Flash with 3 siege tanks in place, 4 siege tanks in place, and that observer getting pushed away as well, and now it looks like Flash is getting ready to make his counter push, and he's got enough ground units here to really hurt Movie getting that robotic support bay down, but I don't even know if he's going to have his Reaver out before Flash is bearing down upon him with the units pumped from those 3 factories. Flash not giving Movie a chance to breathe in this game, even though I think Flash would just grind this victory out from this point on. He's in such a dominant position. Movie coming in with the Dragoons trying to counter Flash in the middle of the map, catches the siege tanks. He doesn't manage to catch them on siege, but Flash with some great micro holds those Dragoons off, and Movie loses one of the Dragoons in that encounter. He just didn't have enough Dragoons. Flash just outnumbering him there. Movie, I think, managed to kill a Vulture or 2, but Flash just had too many units. Movie desperately hoping for something to pop up, but his shuttle isn't even over the robotic support bay, or sorry, the robotics facility to pick up that Reaver should it arrive. I guess he might have a Zealot or 2 in and try to drop Zealot bombs on top of those siege tanks as that turret is going up, and Flash is setting siege outside Movie's Natural Expo just to lock him in here and seal the deal for his victory and to take the championship, and I don't think there's anything Movie can do here. Flash with the 2 SCVs building turrets, Movie with a handful of Dragoons. I guess he's just trying to buy himself time to wait for his Reaver to pop out, and Flash taking ultimate advantage of this, taking full advantage of this opportunity to push forward and encroach upon his opponent's territory, and there's little that Movie can do about it. Flash has already got a couple of turrets up behind those siege tanks. Now Movie's finally got that Reaver out in play, and he's bringing it down, but I don't really know if he's going to be able to do any damage. You need a couple of Zealots as well, at least, and I don't think he has those, although he might have a couple of Zealots loaded in his shuttle from before. He's going to need them. He's going to need every last one of them. Now he's going to try and go in with the shuttle force, but that shuttle is going to take a lot of damage from those turrets. He's not able to get close in because there's too many turrets up. Flash has had too much time to set up turrets, and now Flash building a supply depot inside Movie's Natural Expo. That's just a horrible position for the Protoss player to be in, and the light at at the end of his tunnel is slowly going dark as this tournament sunsets for Movie. Movie now coming in, forced to fight, drops, loses the shuttle pretty much instantly, manages to get one Reaver shot off, and the Dragoons get wiped. The Reaver gets wiped, and I don't even think he killed a single siege tank in that encounter. Those vultures now in his base, slaughtering his forces. This is GG right here. Flash is your OSL champion for the January 17th for this ever OSL 2009-2010 season, guys. Flash is your OSL champion, and he has got a great chance now. He's going to go up against Jaedong, who he absolutely massacred in the previous encounter, and Jaedong is going to be the only thing that stands between Flash and an absolutely historic accomplishment. Flash now in Movie's base. Movie fighting desperately, but it's too little too late. Spider mines all around his gateways. Dragoon's trying to drag them in, but he hasn't even managed to get within range of those tanks and get a shot off. And Flash knows that he has won. Flash knows that all that hard work, all that patience, all that perseverance is going to pay off. GG! Flash takes the victory. He is the OSL champion. What a tremendous player. What a champion. What a prodigy. What a star. This is Klazart, guys. What StarCraft. Great work by Flash, and he is the king right now. And I'll see you guys for the MSL finals in less than a week's time.